First off, I just want to talk about the claims that the stadium will boost the local and state economy that the advocates keep coming back to. Obviously, the advocates have bought into the notion that this is for the creation of 18,000 jobs and not for the sole benefit of the people that are building the stadium. This person is putting in his own money right now to build a stadium in the hopes that he's going to generate a profit for himself. So there's other motivations behind the fact that he's building the stadium. It's not because he's thinking first in his mind that he's going to create 18,000 jobs, first off. Secondly, the second negative had brought up a quote from a local newspaper that says that Majestic has guaranteed that parking lot attendants, concession stand workers, and other stadium employees would be paid middle-class wages. This was said by Maria Elena Durazo. This quote was taken out of context. If I can read the whole quote, it finishes saying the average per capita income in California is $43,641, which is an obscene amount to pay a concession stand worker and parking lot attendants. This is why the stadium will contract artificially higher paid union workers who have supported the efforts to push the stadium's construction, but in no way will help lower the unemployment rate among teens, Latinos, or African Americans in LA. So essentially, they're trying to make it seem like they're being the Good Samaritan coming in, helping the economy, when in essence, it's not, those aren't the real reasons behind it. Secondly, to add to that point, the jobs that are going to be created are going to be short-term jobs. The construction workers that will be there will only be there for a short period of time, and then they'll be out of a job once again. Secondly, the people that are working inside of the stadium will be there for part-time jobs only, minimum wage jobs. They will not have health benefits, so these jobs aren't miraculously saving anything from, or anybody from anything. They're going to be mediocre jobs. It's not a resolution to the economy problem. Also, they're talking about how the local economy will be boosted. Needless to say, once this project is completed, the revenue from local businesses will be completely depleted. Walnut and the city of Diamond Bar has a lot of mom and pop shops that have been here since God knows when, for many, many decades, that live and survive on the support of the local community. Once this comes in and they build restaurants, they build movie theaters, they build anything and everything, it's basically a little community, a little city within itself. People that need to go and support the local franchises that exist within the community. So that will be detrimental to the small mom and pop shops in the community. Another thing to note is that the turnover rate for these kinds of jobs is high. People will not keep them for long periods of time because generally they're not jobs that you want to be in. They had mentioned that the stadium was going to be green and that extraordinary times calls for the Environmental Quality Act to be waived. This is definitely something that is avoidable. From a quote by Christopher Hawthorne from the LA Times, he says, "Don't confuse economic efficiency with sustainability. Clearly, the greenest approach, if hardly the easiest politically, would be to adapt the Rose Bowl or the Coliseum rather than build a massive new facility, no matter how smartly engineered from scratch. Even a new stadium on the edge of the Dodger Stadium parking lot, an option Craig McCourt reportedly considered, would be greener than the City of Industry plant, simply because it would use an NFL facility as a mechanism for the kind of large-scale infill development LA needs." Going on to the city repairs.
We got to cut you off. I'm sorry, you've gone 4:30.